Hey there, YouTube, YgoAddict here. This is going to be Deck of the Month June, Petsmart.dek. It's a parody of Gerald Winston's name for his Lightsworn Monarch deck. Anyway, basically it's Synchro Cat Monarch. I'm just going to run through the deck real quick, and then I'll explain the theory behind it. First we have 3 Kaios. This is your main Monarch of the deck. It's a 2400 beater, which is a nice body, and it can remove from play a lot of problem cards in this format, like Gravekeeper Spy, Ryko, and Hamster, etc. Next we have 3 Ryza. This is your other Monarch. It works similar to Kaios, but instead it just puts it back on the top of the deck, so it's sort of like a stalling type of thing. It can set your opponent back a couple of turns while you get ahead. And if you get 2 or 3 of them at a time, it's really good. We have 3 X-Saber Airboom. This is the main tuner of the deck. Well, the only tuner of the deck, and you bring it out with Rescue Cat, and you bring out like a Ryko or another one, and then you sync up with your spies or whatever and get whatever you need at the time. Next we have 3 Ryko. This is your other Rescue Cat target, and it's also a Hamster target. What you can do with it is if it survives your turn, you can flip it up, pop a card, and trip it for a Monarch. It's really good because you can get rid of some of their problems, like some of their key cards. Next we have 3 Gravekeeper Spy and 1 Descendant. Flipping up a Spy and getting a Descendant and trimming off is basically the same thing as getting a Ryko, because you're popping a card. But you can also use it to bait out bottomlesses so your Monarchs or Airbombs can come out safely. This is a really good setup right now. I prefer this to the 2 Hamster version, because you can still go for Arcanite and stuff. Next we have 1 Sanyan. You can just use this to search out your key cards like Spy, Summoner Monk, Cat, whatever you need at the time, really. Now we have 1 Gores. This is an OTK stopper, and it also brings out a big token, and that token's a +1 right off the bat, and tributing the token for a Monarch is like really good. Now we have a Hamster. This is also, you use it to search out your Rykos, and RF1 and Airbomb. I've done that before, and I've synchroed like a Black Rose and blown up their field and exploded with Cat. It's very situational, but it can happen. I mean, Hamster's is a versatile card in this deck. Now we have a Summoner Monk, and you can discard like a spell like Soul Exchange to search out your Rescue Cat with it. And then you tribute Rescue Cat, and you get 2 beasts, whether it's 2 Airbombs or Airbomb and Ryko or whatever. Now we have 3 Soul Exchange. That you use this to tribute off for one of your opponent's monsters. You bring out your Monarchs, and if they're dead in your hand, it's also a Summoner Monk target. And then we have Mind Control and Brain Control. You use these with like Airbomb and whatever, or you can like steal one of their tuners and then you synchro with it, or you can tribute them, or you can tribute it off with Kaios or Ryza. So it can work like a Soul Exchange. So Brain Control can work like a Soul Exchange or a Mind Control. Then you have Mystical Space Typhoon. It's just standard spell trap destruction, just like Heavy Storm, Cold Wave, True Nade. We also have 2 Bucket Moons. These are really versatile right now. It can stop your opponent's plays, and it can be a Summoner Monk target, and it's just an all-around good card. It can stop attacks, stop Lightsworn Mills, whatever. Now we have 2 Pot of Operas. This is your draw power, and it allows you to recycle your Cat, your Monarchs, whatever you need. And dead ones can be pitched for Summoner Monk. Next we have 2 Bottomless Trap Hole. This is really versatile right now because most decks revolve around cards that use 1500 or more attacks. So we also have a Tech Depression. This is really good because if you can bring out like a Monarch or another big beater, and you have this down, you can win the game because they won't be able to get over it because they can't special summon their big monsters. Now we have a Torrential Tribute. This is just staple monster removal. Solemn, pretty obvious, and Mere Forces too. Now, onto the extra deck. It's just pretty standard. I have to go through it, and like, I don't know, it's just kind of random right now. I need to go through it. I think it's like 16, so I need to cut a random one. I don't even know. It's just kind of random. It's nothing important. Oh, let me show it to you. Yeah, it's just kind of, I don't even know, it's whatever. I just kind of randomly threw it together from my last local. Didn't realize until afterwards that it was 16, so yeah. Now onto the side deck, we have 2 Mobius. You side these in against decks that run a lot of spell and traps, and this allows you to like, pop their black Rollins or whatever they have. Next, we have 2 Vanity Sphinx. You side these in against, like, Infernities and Sabers and stuff. I'm considering maybe teching just 1 main deck. I'm not sure yet, though. This is going to be my Nationals deck, and this is like the last thing I'm debating for my build, is whether to take out a Ryza and tech one of these. Now, 2DD Crow. This is fairly obvious right now, because you can use it to, like, get rid of key cards and Sabers and Infernities and stuff. This is a bit of a side deck tech, Compulsories. I mainly use these against Infernities, because if they summon Archfiend or whatever, you can just send it back to their hand and they're screwed. 2 Chain Disappearance. You use these against, like, Quick Draw, because if they flip a Raikou and target it, all their Raikous are removed, or if they summon Quick Draw, then all of their Quick Draws get removed. 2 Threatening Roar. I use these instead of Battle Fader, because they're chainable and they stop all attacks. So, I just prefer these over Fader, especially against Sabers, because if Fader gets, like, removed, then you're screwed. And with this, you can also chain it to Heavy Storm, True Maid, and Cold Wave. So I just feel that it's more versatile. The second impression. This is pretty good, because I side this against, like, Infernities and Sabers, along with, like, Vanity Sphinx. Dragodia. I use this against Infernities, because if they misform everything back to your hand, then you special summon this when they attack, and you have, like, a 3600 beater or so. It can be really broke. Then the random Gotham Decal against X-Sabers. I don't really side it in much. I just side it in, like, if I have the extra thing. I haven't used it much, though, but it works out good when I use it, because I can bring out their Air Realm, like my Air Realm or one of their cards and sync up with it, and yeah. And that's it for the deck itself. But, now let's get on. Like, the reason I've been gone for so long is because I've been busy and I haven't really had access to a webcam. But I'm going to start uploading Deck of the Months, dual vids, and other stuff more consistently from now on. So, yeah, that's it.